We set the trend in the script.
Absolutely. You are, you have been, you will be under the roof.
Snip this glue, get in the zone, because we got to go do something. So that's what we did. And I'm going to be honest with you, I used to like it. You got people from the east and the west and different places, to come over and groove with us.
Was Hoover grooving some part of Hoover? Never met a Hoover groove. Me and you was never in my life. But
a part of what was called the Bonzella Crips.
Hoovers ain't starting no Hoover Crips. And we hit that hand moving on you, walking in your house.
Wait, do that again.
Hit that hand moving on you, that messed up your whole party. You are, you have been, you will be under the roof.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all had sick the whole trip, man. Across the Pacific, man, over the Cali, eating saltine crackers. I remember that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Lauren Miller, man, and one teacher in particular.
Miss Kennedy?
No. Miss Tennyson.
Miss Tennessee.
Do you remember Miss Tennyson?
Yeah, I remember Miss Tennessee. Second floor.
Miss Tennyson.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Miss Tennyson was a righteous teacher, man.
And the little
sister.
Wait a minute. And the
with
little
the business.
And the little square dude. They used to wear the little vest.
White boy? Brother.
Brother with the little receding hairline. You know what used to wear the vests.
What's his name? What's his name, Blunt?
He used to wear the vests, homie. But me, I'm gonna show you. Yes. He was vicious, but he used to put the little chocolate thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a store, you get a chocolate at the end of the week. Yeah, I remember that, man. Yeah.
So how many times did your mama have to come up to Laura Miller, man, and get in your shit? Or how many times they called your mama to come to Laura Miller and check you? And did it happen in front of your class?
That the one time it happened. I mean, they used to call her and tell her about your son's acting up this and that.
Right.
But the one time they called her up there, she snuck up there on me. Boy, look at here. We was in the classroom, and she came up in there. I was showing out to her.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing out. And you know how the classrooms, you got the back door. You know, everything's in the back. Use your chairs and everything right here. Man, mama came up in there, boy.
Since you caught you acting before.
Call it, It was, I mean, like I say, bro, it's those times were, I love them now, man. I think back on them, they were teaching times.
Yeah. The teachable moment type.
Very teachable moments, because I tell my children, and all my kids is grown now, but I tell them that you don't know just how lucky you have it.
Good, you got it.
Because see, our mamas used to come in there with rollers in their hair and a stick, and whoop your ass with a shoe or whatever. Yeah. So I mean, it's a trip, because it's a different era, different time. But see, my growing in Lauren Miller, because see, I went to Manchester first.
Yeah.
Because we bought the house on 83rd first. After we lived on 77, we bought the house on 83rd. So I ended up at Manchester, and this is coming from 3 or 4 years old. I started kindergarten at Manchester Elementary.
All right.
Then we started moving around and shit. So it's like from Manchester to Lauren Miller, all I knew was the same ones that we grew up with, Trays and Foes. Because all of them.
Who you grew up with Manchester with? Who'd you go?
Me, Queet, Junebug, with Lil Junebug, Sleepy. It was a gang of us going there, bro. The Dooney and them, Fat Dooney and them on 88. All of us, bro. We all grew up. Lauren Miller, everybody. Everybody. My nigga Ice, boy. That's my rider, man. Look here.
He be on the show, though.
Yeah, that's my boy. Yeah. That's what I love him to death, bro.
We used to fight all the time, man.
Me and him didn't
didn't like each other, man.
We didn't have a couple.
I don't know why.
We didn't have a couple.
That motherfucker was an asshole.
You know why? No, you know why? You know why, bro? And I'm gonna tell you why. You goddamn right. Me and him talked about it. Me and Daryl had a couple of them. I never respected the fact that you niggas come from over there. So I used to challenge it.
Yeah.
And we'd scrap, you know. But that's my dude, man.
Yeah.
That is my dude, real talk. We grew way out of that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, because according to the years, I learned to understand these dudes are solid, more solid than a lot of these.
And they come from a solid family, too.
The bloodline is real nice, you know. So it's like, it's quite a few, bro, that come from over there. And see, Daryl, no, me and him to discuss it. You know, hey, bro, he was one of the main ones keeping that on point.
Do you remember Michael Stubbs and Lauren Miller?
Yeah, I remember Michael Stubbs.
Cold face.
Bro. I remember chasing Monkey Man Clarence home.
Yeah, but hey, you know, at the time, it was a duel between him and Tim on who was the king of the school.
Well, wait a minute.
Michael Stubbs and Timmy. Oh man, that was a treacherous shit.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah.
Now I can recall Stubbs calling himself challenging Timmy, and Timmy coming up there on that green, what you call it?
The motorcycle. The Honda 70. The Honda 70.
I can recall a time Timmy coming up there with a 2.2, with a little 22, fixing to knock that nigga in.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to get out or something. I don't know what happened. Police came or whatever. Timmy hit the alley on his motorcycle and threw the bike in the backyard and let Jabari loose, the pit bull. Let Jabari loose, and that was a wrap. Once that dog got loose, niggas was out the way. Cuz looked vicious. Yeah. He was a butt, but he looked vicious.
Yeah.
You know.
So Michael Stubbs, Timmy, remember Curtis Biddle? Remember the homeboy? Man,
look at that nigga, boy. Look at you.
Well, look at
back, nigga.
Come on, man. These was our dudes.
It was our dudes.
Lauren Miller, man.
Curtis, man. Curtis got a daughter. He got a daughter right now. I don't know how old she is. And I was going to come down. He got a daughter by Keisha, man. And I was going to come down and I need to, because I think about a lot of our dudes like that, man. Curtis, I know Curtis from Lauren Miller as well as Manchester, bro. Curtis was one of the solid homies.
Him and Steph went there with us.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Curtis was one of the solidest homies. Yeah. For real.
Yeah, real shit, man.
These dudes,
my God,
bro, it's a trip because, like I say, we've lost so much and so many to different things. Not just the walls and death. You know, we lost a lot to drugs and other things. You know, and meaning me and you. Because you got to remember, bro, it might be, and I'm round about it, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
That's not in prison. I'm talking about the
I know what you mean. Yeah.
That literally can say they know us from the time
dirt.
we talking on.
From the dirt, yeah.
From the time we talking on.
From the dirt.
You know, and to me, that's a huge problem because
it's a great loss.
Tremendous loss. But we are, and a lot of these dudes need to understand that and look in the mirror. We done grew. Excuse me, we old. I'm gonna put it what it is.
I ain't old. You old, motherfucker. You call me old.
We're old. We're older.
We're there.
We're older.
We're them people now.
We're them people now.
We're those people
because
now.
If you got grandchildren, you're the people. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know, we have to understand that it's hard for them to understand when we try to give it to them, because they looking at us as, Papa, you don't know what you're talking about, Granddaddy, you don't. But
they think that maybe it's a different age and time, and we're not.
You can't
up to par.
It's the same thing. Mama and them told us. You can't do nothing that I ain't did.
Or there's nothing new under the sun.
Ain't nothing new under the sun. Nothing.
Yeah.
And we know this. And it's like when you talk to your own, they make you want to kind of pop upside their damn head.
Yeah.
Because it's like, y'all don't get it. Y'all really don't get it. So.
Just the fact that you grew up where you grew up, man, the community you come up in, man, and all the lessons you got as a result of that, right? As a kid, because I know we carry with us lessons from way back when. Right. You know what I mean? You mentioned your parents and shit. You know what I mean? Knowing the business better than we did, knew where the shacks was. Mm-hmm. You know, if they saw you doing something, they check you. You know what I'm saying? Go tell your mama after they check you what the situation is. As a result of all that, man, as a kid, how did you start to develop a different mindset? You know, a different way of conducting yourself. And we're talking elementary. You know, we're going to leave elementary in a minute, but we're talking that age.
I'm going to leave elementary for now.
Yeah.
Now, look, I caught my first case while in elementary. And I never forget it, boy, stealing a fucking honey bun. I never forget it. My mama kicked my ass.
Well, man.
But there been 2 hours.
I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Why'd you steal the honey bun, homie?
Why? Homie, coming from Sportsman Park. That's when we used to catch the bus to Sportsman.
Yeah, go swimming and shit. When it was Sportsman Park, not Jesse Owens.
Right.
Right.
Came back, stopped at that boys' market on Western, stole the honey bun, got caught. She kicked my ass, boy. My mama kicked my ass, bro. That ass whooping. Let me explain something. That ass whooping taught me more of why they work, why they struggle. You know, for us, you know, make sure we got food on the table and all that. Because when she was kicking my ass, she was telling me about it. You know, she was telling me, nigga, I go to work every day to make sure you got food. What the fuck you out here stealing from? You know, I didn't understand it when I was doing it. But after she kicked my ass, I kind of like, damn, moms do go to work every day. There's plenty of food in the house. What the fuck am I doing? But I was just, it was an easy lick. That's, you know, and then I wanted to show off in front of those that was with us. I ain't gonna say who was with us when we went swimming that day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to show that I could still get away. You know, it got caught like a motherfucker.
When I think about that type of shit, man, I have to, and I'm gonna be just straight, you know, frank with it. When I was stealing food, and I'm pretty sure a lot of homies can attest to it because I was hungry. Yeah, shit.
Well, I was hungry too. Nigga, you know how you coming out of the swimming pool?
Fuck all that. Wasn't no food home.
Yeah.
Had to get a meal on the way home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember one time we did some shit with your ass.
Yeah.
Coming off Broadway. Damn sure did.
Food was a necessity. Yeah, eat in the street.
Eat in the street.
But you know, elementary, man, I think that, yeah, that is the basis of our learning. You know what I mean? We pick up shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's been scientific proven, that the personality of an individual develops between 1 and 10, ages 1 through 10. The way you perceive things is the way you will journey your life. It's been scientifically proven that. And if you look back on your life, you can see when you was 8, 9 years old, how you just didn't react. You used to sit back and watch a lot of things that was going on around you. And that's how you develop what your next move was. Now, that becoming, I'm not going to say grow, but I will say that. We were pretty much grown at 15 to 16 years old.
Oh, yeah, you didn't up the bar. Yeah, we 15, 16.
Yeah.
From that point.
Yeah, because we had cars. We had our own cars.
Yeah, we're full-fledged. Yeah.
We had our own cars. We was paying rent. And baby mama on the way. We were grown men at this age.
So, since you're at that juncture, let's go on and, you know, progress, man, to junior high. We still didn't cover who you grew up with in the streets, who you ran the streets. When you come off the porch. No, hold on. Don't go junior high yet.
Okay.
But when you came off the porch, we're going to skip elementary. Let's go 6th grade.
Okay.
Who you running with? I mean, you ain't got to, you know.
Yeah.
What was that like? You know, who was it with?
The cats that I ran with, I could say Sir K9, rest in peace. And I could say that crew of dudes,
Sir K9.
because that was, you know. We
Yeah.
called him Weedy. His
Yeah.
family name was Weedy. He changed his name to
Yeah.
Sir K9,
Yeah.
and we gave him that.
Yeah.
He received it was honor and respect. And you know, if you want to
Yeah.
call yourself Houdini, damn it, that was your name. You know. But I will say this: coming off the porch at that age, it was like the dudes I ran with, besides you, was my boy Crazy. And everybody know the initial behind it. I don't want to speak his name because he tried to get it.
Yeah.
You know, my
We'll be
boy
here
Crazy.
soon. Yeah.
Shit. Jam, when Jam moved in the hood,
Man.
it was a whole. See, you gotta remember when Jam and Heath and them moved in the hood,
Yeah.
we had a whole different crew of dudes that was really wanting to learn because we had already damn near learned it all.
Yeah,
we was almost there. And that's why I was telling my big homie, you know, over here that, you know, we not no damn second generation. We borderline. We the only generation that was borderline. We between first and second generation because we was there with them dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Them,
we might have been on the back watching, but we was right fucking there. Can't no other generation say that.
Right.
You know, so I'm standing
What about
tall
the
behind
Bays?
that.
The Bays couldn't say that?
Hell no. They can say that about the second generation, that they came along and they was a little bit there and they was still doing their thing. Because the Bays, I'm going to show you the Bays, and my nigga, HIP, Lil Frank, Soldier, True Soldier.
F-150.
Now, yeah, that's 5150. That nigga was crazy. Some bitch. That nigga there was a nut. This dude here, I can say that because he pushed Bays.
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody pushing Bays.
Yeah.
He came on and pushed Bays and made them dudes stand up under Bays. And they stood tall with him at the hill. You know, real talk. Real talk. Lil Frank was,
he was the guy. He was the guy.
He was that guy with the Bays.
You saying we came up in that divide between the originals and the first generation.
Yes, we did.
All right.
Yes, we did. And that can be proved, statistically proved, or any OG that was a part of the first generation that was on the streets. Let's make sure we understand, because you got to understand. We know Tony Stacy.
Yeah.
We know Dav, Hank, all these dudes. We don't know them as yesterday. These dudes was in the four apartments when we was in the four apartments. You see what I'm saying?
Technically, they used to chase us
out of the four apartments, and we right back in there.
We couldn't hang in there when they was there.
And we would sneak back and come, you, Darwin, Lil Fish, rest in peace. We would all come back and come through the side gate and be in the back of the four apartments. So, you know, I look at it, hey, homie, that was, I'm not taking nothing away from none of my big homies.
Yeah.
None of them. But damn it, you're going to give me mine too. You see what I'm saying? Because I remember things.
Yeah.
And we were young. And we was there. And we was looking up to these dudes, wanting to be just like these dudes, wearing trench coats.
So is it fair to say that they set the stage?
That's all they did.
And we were the production.
That's all they did. They set the stage. They set it out there and they lined it up, and then they all start falling. The police start grabbing our big homies.
The sweeps.
So by them setting the stage, what do we look? We didn't drop the ball.
Yeah.
Not us. We didn't drop that ball. We didn't do that. We stood up and we did whatever we thought they would have done. And that's why it's 7-4. And I'll say that, hey, look here, bro, we don't do this the right way. Because I don't want to feel like I'm backbiting anyone. 7-4 was the root of a lot of shit that was started. You know what I'm saying?
You're not just talking about on Hoover.
No, I ain't talking about on Hoover.
You're talking about trends.
I'm talking about trends.
Culture.
I'm talking about cultures, styles, trends, not just fighting and gang set tripping and all that. I'm talking motherfuckers love the way the 7-4s. Hey, look here, man. We did so much in our young days Not as grown men. Grown men, we was damn near depend on our lives. I'm talking about when we was out there on the front line. Nigga, everything we did. See, they talk about land days, which some of them call hood days, whatever they want to call them.
Yeah.
Some folks started that.
Yeah. No doubt.
They can say, nigga, the 4th of July is on 7-month 4th day. We the first one that did that at Lake Elsinore.
And it was only right. Lake Elsinore.
Lake Elsinore. We did that. And then everybody started having days.
All them was the person took us there. Yeah.
Then everybody started having days.
Yeah.
Okay. Shacks.
Yeah.
We did that. We slept in cars.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, many a night.
We slept in cars and shit.
They trade folks, 7-Eleven, the Deuce and the Nine. You have been, you will be under the groove.
But we ain't game banging. This is about education. We trying to educate our youth right now, nigga. Hey. Said day is the best day. Skip walking across the floor in the best way. From Trey to the one way. It's a stump day. LA to the NY. Let this funk play.
Back in them days, it was love, loyalty, respect, and honesty.
That's my nigga Gumby right
there. You know, ex-busters, hooks, and snitches put on pedestals and vent rates.
Say lows on that Hoover shit. HIP, Tiny Moon, one of the hardest poets I ever heard connected with this star shit. Hey. Baby Jap and Jap 5, quick to set it off on the mic in the shack live.
When the shit get real and feel to the wheel, and then you will see sitting up in that motherfucker, looking at that license, that death sentence.
Then they run into a witness stand, telling on their own homeboys.
Hoover stomp, all night like this. Hoover stomp.
I know trouble. I know how to start them. More trouble.
I'm a New York nigga in the Pacific Sun. I say West Side Hoover if you ask where I'm from. Finest California runs, infusing my lungs. All about my bread. I ain't leaving.
Understand the end game. What's your end game? What's your purpose?
Keep one in the head, or I don't need a gun. I'm with Hawk on Hoover Street with a low ass jump. Hopping down Figueroa with a wholesale and cut.
You have been.
Like this, come second to none. Grooving like Scone Young, grooving like Booker